Hi guys, so we have had an absolutely wonderfully beautiful cool down. It's 54 degrees this morning. I'm just so enjoying it. We've had so many days, so many weeks of near 100 with really high humidity, and this is just beautiful. It's giving the garden a break, it's giving us a break, and I love it. We do have some harvesting to do. The garden is still cranking it out. We're harvesting almost every single day, but we do have some peppers, tomatoes, pumpkins, I think, to harvest, and some beans, and we'll see what else we can find. I'd like to welcome you to my backyard Kentucky homestead. My name is Kim. Let's get started. I want to check these. I think they are ready. What I'm going to do is come in here and touch it with my fingernail just ever so slightly. And if it doesn't leave an indent, then they are ready to pick. So we're going to go ahead and get these out of here because the area underneath them is very, very damp, and I don't want these to rot on me. These are the best pumpkins I've ever grown. And what I want to do is to get as close to the end of the stem as I can to where it comes off of the plants without damaging the plant, because there is actually another pumpkin developing down on that end of it. The same thing with this one. Okay. Beautiful pumpkin. Yay! I've got another one down that end of the vine, so we want to make sure to not damage the vine on this one. And I'm pretty sure this is racetrack pumpkin that I got from Johnny's this summer. There we go. I think these might be ready to pick. Huge squash bug. Go away. Yep, that's right. So this is one of like the butter baby, I think. There we go. Ouch. Yeah, that vine's pretty dead. I'll go ahead and just take that vine off. What I had intended to do with this trellis initially, but I had garlic in this bed before, as I'm going to lift this up so that it's in the center of this bed and the center of the one behind it, so that I can access the bed from both sides, because this has been very difficult to try to plant stuff and access it within on the inside of this. So I'm going to move this to where it's in the center of the bed, and it'll have access from both sides, so it'll be a whole lot better. I'm going to go ahead and probably leave these stems on here while they finish curing. But we got three more. Got three more squash. More squash than I've ever grown before. I love it. I think we got some okra here. I'm trying to get enough okra to freeze dry, because this makes a really great crunchy snack freeze dried. Tastes just like fried okra without the slime or the frying. So these are my Scarlet Runner and Sunset Runner beans, and there's actually a bird's nest over there. I think it's a cardinal. Got some squash growing there, but it's not ready yet. So I need to show you guys these North Georgia Candy Roaster squashes. It's grown all over the garden, and there's bunches of these. And I got one last year, but there's two here, and there's a couple of really big ones on the other side. I'll show you that. Doesn't look like this one pollinated. Oh, that's just a flower. But yeah, North Georgia Candy Roaster squash. We do have Scarlet Runner bean flowers, so hopefully we'll get some more beans. We got squash. Yep, we've got some squash growing here. We have a lot of powdery mildew though. This is really cool. This is the Love in a Puff. It is invasive, so I've been picking them as they dry out to get the seeds before they spread everywhere. But this is the Job's, here, this is good. This is the Job's Tears beads. So they are actually a plant, but you can use them in craft projects and whatnot. So that's pretty freaking cool. Probably gonna be picking some of those soon. Our sweet potatoes are doing great, and we've got peppers to pick here in a second. I'm gonna go ahead and pick some more of the celery and also the basil. So with celery, what I found is I really like growing it because we never use an entire bunch of celery, but you can come out and get what you want. And in this case, I'm gonna go ahead and pop this in the freeze dryer, and then I can have it to use all winter. And use the leaves just like you do the stalks. We'll go ahead and grab some basil. Yeah, I made chicken salad quite a bit and used the celery, and it was absolutely delicious. Got batwing pumpkin here. It's itty bitty, it's growing, but there's one over there on the ground as well. And then we do have some squash over that way, but not ready to be picked yet. So let's check out the peppers. These are the Doe d'Espagne. What I found is that we're getting a lot of disease on them before they fully ripen. So I don't know if I'm going to grow these again. They have not been nearly as productive as I would have thought they would be. Yeah, they've been a disappointment. Okay, let's check out the jalapenos. Got a whole lot of flowers on these, so we should still get. These are actually, I think these are the poblanos. Everything's mixing into each other. Really beautiful. We should get quite a bit more fruit this year though, because there are a lot of flowers on here. We also have our chilies, green chilies, and some tomatoes. So I've noticed, I thought I was getting squash bugs on my tomatoes, but it was actually stink bugs. They look just alike, and I think they're related, but they're not exactly the same. But they're causing damage. Not to these, that's probably the start of blossom end rot. But some of the ones I've been bringing indoors start rotting within a day or two before they're even ripe. And it's because of the stupid stink bugs. I'm not 100% sure what to do about that yet. If you guys have suggestions, let me know. Because I can bag them, but they just pierce right through that. So I don't know if I should put surround on it or... There we go. There's a couple more ripening, and then this plant will be done for the season. I'm really excited to see what these sweet potatoes are going to do. They're looking really good, but they're not quite ready. It'll be at least another month, maybe more, before they're ready to pick. So these are over here are the chilies, green chilies, Anaheim, and pretty. These I'm going to go ahead and can up. I freeze dried most everything else or frozen it. I've had trouble getting enough peppers of any one type to be able to can them. I think we'll have enough this time. These plants are absolutely loaded. These plants are just absolutely loaded. Peppers that are not big enough, and then lots of flowers. It's so awesome. And I planted them so close together that they're kind of hiding. It's like finding treasure. Not bad so far. So, not bad so far. Let's go ahead and check out the Marconi peppers. Okay, so this bed is all sweet peppers. So you want to keep those separate. I'll go ahead and pick up this. This is so down here. This right here is so heavy with fruit that it's just bending up. I had to try to prop it up, but it's not working very well. So these are the sweet Marconi peppers. I could wait till they're red, but I'm impatient. I want to go ahead and pick them now. At least some of them. We may leave some of them on here. So we have a lot more of the nice size Marconi peppers. I'm going to go ahead and leave them on so that they will finish ripening, turn red. But I just wanted to get the ones down here on this bottom branch so that it didn't break. I'll show you this while we're in the center of the garden. This is that, I think, sun gold or sun sugar tomato that was really diseased and it was massive and diseased. Cut most of it back. It's regrowing. It has new flowers coming on. And this is one of the really good things that happens in the fall is that if you can get your tomatoes to this point and then trim the diseased portions back, they can actually regrow. And this looks beautiful, healthy. So we should have some more wonderful tomatoes. Between the cypress vine, the Rebel Starfighter tomato, and the black cherry tomato on the other side, this trellis is just absolutely freaking covered. It is just huge. The cypress vine has flowers all over. It has some white, here's some white ones, some red ones. But it's just, the Rebel Starfighter Prime, I am absolutely in love with. It is a softer tomato. It doesn't last as long after you pick it. Absolutely delicious. And it's much bigger than I thought it would be. But it's growing just like a cherry tomato, but it's just a heart-shaped, larger tomato. And there's tons of them on here. I mean, holy cow. Look at this cluster alone. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 tomatoes, or 4, 5, 6, yeah, about 9 tomatoes, 8 or 9 tomatoes right here. And there's one here, there's more in there, there's more over there, there's more going into the peppers. So, highly recommend Rebel Starfighter Prime. I got that from Baker Creek. I will be planting that along with the black cherry probably every year. This canopy is insane. There's another one in there. So this is the Rebel Starfighter Prime. And it's not the biggest one I've gotten, but they are so good. Got another one. And it seems to have really, really good disease. It seems to have really good disease resistance as well. So, win-win in my book. Good tomatoes, lots of tomatoes, and disease resistance. Win-win. Got more of the Job's Tears here. Like I got a bug on me. I don't see. I think we're in a lull with the black cherry tomatoes right now. I may try to clean some of this up. Might help. The black from Tula also has already bit the dust. So this is a large cherry tomato. I've cut a bunch of it back, but it looks like it's putting on new fruit again. Again, it was so hot for so long. And once it gets around 90 degrees, tomatoes don't like to set fruit very well. So it's not surprising that we've had a lull in these, just because it was upper 90s for weeks on end with very high humidity. So that the plants aren't completely dead, that there's not, that there's any tomato plant still growing is amazing. There's certain varieties that I've grown this year that I will definitely grow next year. Super fantastic. Rebel Star Fighter Prime, the black cherry, and then maybe a couple of other ones. But I'm going to focus some of the newer varieties on F1 or hybrid tomatoes that have higher disease resistance. So we do have Super Fantastic is also one I'm going to grow next year. It is a hybrid. It is loaded with large sized tomatoes, even now. Oh, there's so many of them. Holy cow. There's like just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20 at least that I can see easily. So they're not ripe yet. Awesome. These are King of the North bell peppers and yellow monsters bell peppers. We're getting some nice fruit. I'd like to let them actually get colored up a little bit more. Yeah, we're gonna leave those there for now. We're gonna go ahead and leave those bell peppers on there. I'm trying to get some yellow ones and red ones or whatever color that they'll turn into. But I do want to pick them before they get damaged or any kind of disease on them. So we're going to keep a close eye on those because they're having the same issue as the tomatoes with the bugs sitting on them and trying to suck out the juice, I guess. Bugs. But pest pressure is lowering, so we just need to hold on for a little bit longer. Let's check the cucumbers. So all of these are parthenocarpic, meaning that they are female only. They do not have to be pollinated, so they should create cucumbers no matter what. And we've actually got several off of here already. They're absolutely loaded with blooms and doing relatively well considering. We've got 3 small cucumbers in here. 4. Squash hasn't done anything yet. There are several more in there, but they're still small, so we're gonna leave those, but fresh cucumber. So another thing with the parthenocarpic cucumbers, if you have a lot of trouble with cucumber beetles, which usually I have tremendous problem with them, the parthenocarpic don't release as much of the smell or scent that the other type of cucumbers do. So they're considered the burpless type, and they don't draw the bugs as badly as traditional cucumbers do. So if you have a lot of squash bug or a lot of cucumber beetle problem, try parthenocarpic, because I mean, I've not been able to grow cucumbers at all, and I've had a pretty good early crop, and this one so far is doing really well. The studio long, I think, was taken out by disease, which is surprising, but yeah. So these are supposed to do better with not drawing the cucumber beetles. Seems to be working. Over here we have some more of the banana squash. We got 1, 2 there. There's another one here that didn't pollinate right there. That is another one of the North Georgia Candy Roaster banana squashes. So it's doing really good. Actually, we've got some okra in there too. All right, so this is what you do not want with okra. What I'm gonna do is let this one dry, and then I'll try to use the seed from that. This is not usable. It'll be so hard you wouldn't be able to eat it, not even freeze dried. And there's another one. Ah! Squash bug. Dead bug. This can happen overnight. I've been checking these. I did not see these. So we'll let those dry and see if we can get seeds from them. Really like this particular variety. I think this is the Clemson Spineless. It is a really strong branching growth habit. So I really like it. I have it over there in that far bed as well. But this candy roaster, again, it's way over there, it's way over here, it's way over that way, just everywhere. There's another one growing here. So don't do this. That's pushing it. That may not work either. Let's see if we can pick any of these black-eyed peas. picked a whole bunch from the other day. So if you're growing black-eyed peas, what you want to do, if you see here, so with black-eyed peas or any type of the cowpeas, they will create a shoot which will generate seed or will generate the bean pods, but then they will actually continue to grow out. So you do not want to clip this off. Take the beans off carefully. Well, these will dry inside, so I'll go ahead and once they start turning, a lot of times I'll go ahead and pick them because they will finish drying. So once those beans are set, they'll dry inside. But I want to make sure to leave this shoot here because this will actually create more bean pods. And you'll see there's multiple throughout here where it's done that. And this is a good example. We've got the bean pod, but then it's gone and created more blossoms. So it'll make some more beans there. So I'm going to go ahead and see what we have to harvest of these, and then we'll be back. But there's a lot more beans in here that'll be ready to pick soon. I love it. The zucchini is still going. I'm not sure how, but it's still going. Let's go ahead and, whoops. Didn't get the end of that one. So this is the one that had vine borer damage. It's still actually growing. I did cover the stem, so one of the things that I've discovered from some YouTube channels and just practicing is that if you cover the stem, even where it's been damaged, the squash or pumpkin vines will actually root in again. So it can actually prolong the life of the plant. Just a quick update on the Luffa gourd. Right now I've got 4. It's better than none. They've gotten big so fast. They're huge. There's a lot more flowers, but I don't know if there's enough time. I've never grown Luffa before. It took a long time to get it started, but I'm hoping these will be ready before frost. And they're good. That one's pretty hefty, so pretty cool. Got a whole bunch of tomatillos. Yep, there's another tomato. Woo! Picked up a whole bunch of tomatillos the other day. Not sure what I'm gonna do with that yet. I'm gonna maybe try to mix that with some green tomatoes and make green tomato salsa. Maybe. So I've got purple and green tomatillos, but not enough to make one batch of anything. But maybe if I mix them with green tomatoes, it'll work. We should have some Desperado green beans. I'm not sure what's going on. Something's falling out of that tree. It's dropping its nuts. One thing I've noticed with the Desperado green beans is that they uproot very easily where other beans don't do that. I haven't seen that before. I mean, they just want to pull right up and out. All right, so we got a few, not a whole lot. We do have quite a few new pumpkins growing over here. This is a Long Island cheese pumpkin, I believe. There's also one over here. I don't see any okra. I picked that last night over here. So our rattlesnake beans, a few of them we might be able to pick. Want to wait at least until they get that coloring on them before we pick them. But then they seem to dry okay. Oops. They seem to dry okay inside once they get to that point. I want to show you this monster. It's huge. It is absolutely massive. Hopefully the trellis will go back into place, but I'm pretty sure this is a Marquis de Provence or Muscat de Provence pumpkin. And then we got some clomy down here. So pretty cool. We got the habanada peppers down here that are ready to be picked. Now these are like habanero, but they're not hot. They're called habanada. And they are ripe. And there's quite a few more. And I'm really glad I put this in the green stock, because then when I put it in the ground or in the raised bed, got just obliterated by all the stuff around it. So this is a La Bamba jalapeno. And then we have some more tomatoes to pick here too. So yeah, there we go. I'm gonna add this to the collection. So we got a pretty nice harvest. We're harvesting just about every day and getting sometimes this much, sometimes more. So it's been a really, really productive garden, probably my best ever. So I'm gonna go ahead and plant some broccoli now. I'm gonna try it one more time this fall. It's plants I got from Meyer. Probably plant out some lettuce and some spinach as well. So anyway, thank you for joining me. If you're interested in more gardening content, check out this video. And until the next time, happy gardening. Have a wonderful day. Bye.